Hello, everybody, and welcome back to There Will Be Dungeons at therewillbedungeons.com, episode 46. Yeah, episode 46, session 46. Welcome back, everybody. It's good to have you here. We're going to play some D&D, and we're happy to have you along, no matter how you're watching or listening. Before we get started, though, a quick email from a listener who says this. This is Matt or Matt BT, whatever that means. He says, "There will be diarrhea," is his subject line. It's going to be good. Hold on to your butts. Hey guys, I'm writing to point out something regarding Nash. I believe he has not been very honest with the group and has been blaming the city of the Teats infrastructures on his explosive diarrhea. The reality is he was training himself to get new spells. And he, as he is a shit wizard, just like Khadgar, he just shot himself and would rather later be known as Ray of shot himself with what would later be known as Ray of Sickness. Conclusion of that, the city's water output is probably safe and Nash sucks, but we love him as he is. Thanks for the show. Keep enjoying it from the very first episode and try to push people to know what it is and how to get it. Keep it going. Keep it fresh. Regards, Matt BT. Well, Matt BT, Nash sucks, but we love him anyway. That's the way I look at it.
Dear There Will Be Dungeons, these characters suck. I love you. Keep it up. Great job. Yeah. Never change.
Yeah, your characters are the worst. Please make more. All right, well, there's your email. If you want to send your own emails in, your own contact stuff is easy to do. You go to the website, therewillbedungeons.com, click the contact link, and boom, we'll take it and we'll read it. And huge thanks to Matt. Without further ado, I now pass it over to Kristen, who will sum up last week's shenanigans. Kristen?
Last time on There Will Be Dungeons, and then there were 5. George got Git. With Diantalis dominating, the Fey Fiend fleetly finished the fellow. It was Nash who nearly knocked the Nissa, angered at the abrupt assassination. Tempers flared for a time, but a greater goal gridlocked their goodness gabble. The troop trundled down a tight twist and were briskly beset by a beast. Diantalis bagged at a basilisk and warned the wary warriors to wave, watching it. Safe from switching to stone, the crew killed the creature as it clamored in contempt. One monster massacred, they dove down deeper until an interesting intonation intrigued them. Baby basilisks? Assuming they had discovered the den, Varel refused to rampage, elaborating on the eminence of an effective ecosystem. Rambling resumed until the rushing of a river rang out. Slowing their search, they reached a room where the rustle of roaches relented to reticence. Hope and Pod flushed with fear, but refused to renounce the road that clearly required reconnaissance. Opening up, it was a cave that carried a creek, crevices, and one lone creature. Pestering the prey, they smote it swiftly. That's when they heard it. The clamoring cries of creatures crawling forth from the cavernous crypt, craving the combat our wayward warriors were sure to bring. Now rejoin our heroes as they do battle with devilish demons and themselves, all within the dreaded caves of the Underteat.
This is the first time you've been able to say Underteat. I don't remember if we've ever been able to say Underteat before.
You recommended it last time.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we got that in there. That's awesome.
It was intense.
Mr. Schwartz, as we would refer to your father, are you ready to go, sir? What do you need from us? Go ahead.
Well, you've already rolled initiative, so I don't need that. As you defeated the gray skinned beast deep beneath the caverns below the Teat.
Oh, that's right.
You heard the sounds of earth moving as ground explodes in places that are not visible to you, but you hear and still feel the buzzing in your minds.
All right.
It's dark. Let me see here. We get some movement. As you look around to see which direction your foe is coming from, you see a silhouette move forward to your right. Similar to the one you just defeated, its skin blackened and melted, its mouth gaping and dropping down to near its solar plexus, a large hole where its eyes and mouth are. And as it approaches ever closer, you feel buzzing in your head, painful, like being shocked. Its silhouette moves closer to you. Nash, it's your turn.
Oh my gosh, I'm so ill prepared for this. How far am I? I guess I could look in the thing. Hold on. Guess who forgot to run Roll20?
Yeah, can you switch us to the map? Right now we're seeing the Teat.
Oh, Bo, we're seeing the teat.
Gotcha.
I'm
Switched.
seeing nothing but the teat.
Yeah.
Switched.
There we go.
People usually don't ask for that. Strange.
All I can see is the teat. Please change it. Something you never hear from John. I'll just throw it all on John. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a John
Words
thing.
felt foreign and alien to me. It's weird.
Purely
It's
a
our
John
first
thing.
quote of 2019. John Jagger 2019.
There you go. All right.
Please stop showing me your teeth.
Yes, the under teat. Okay, now I see it, and now I see where he is. He's just directly in front of Varel,
To the
right?
right.
To
Yeah,
the
he's
right
to
of
the
Varel?
right.
Okay.
Let me highlight him for you here.
My vision's a little poopy. Okay, there he is. That's about what I thought. All right. Oh man. Can you tell me if this stuff out here is deep? To stand?
It's about a foot or two of water. Current runs strongly, but it's not. It won't take you off your feet.
Okay, and there's no disadvantage to standing in it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna move here. And I can barely see him, so that's enough for me to see him. And I will do a thing now. Hold on to your butts. Did we... Sorry, this is a dumb question. I should have taken a note on it. The last one that died, did we determine that was because he was sensitive to something, or we found something that was real good against him? I don't remember.
He just took damage, as far as I know.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I'm going to firebolt. I'm going to send a firebolt. Real simple stuff.
Very good.
And let's see. Tell you what I got to hit. Nothing's ready. This is the best. There we go. Okay, it is a 20 to hit.
All right, so that's double damage dice then, sir.
Sweet.
Was it a natural 20?
It was a natural 20.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's crazy for my first roll. All right, double the damage dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just a second here. 5th level 2d10. So that's 4d10 then?
Sounds right to me.
Okay. That's a total of 30.
Nice.
8,
All right,
9, 3,
so,
and 0. 30.
So if the flame boat, flame
boat.
the fire bolt
Hey, I want a
firebolt,
flame boat. I'm going to get a flame boat next time we level. Sorry, go ahead.
rushes forth from your hand. You feel the excess energy from it. Somehow you grabbed onto a large moat of mana waves, and you take both hands and split them in two and fire them at your target. A large javelin of fire shoots out across the river and connects with it, lighting it aflame.
Sweet.
It appears uninhibited and unabashed, unchanged from taking the damage, as if it doesn't feel anything, but clearly its flesh and body begin to melt in it and pierce off from the damage you've done to it.
Okay. I will smile grimly, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Diane Talus.
All right. I am going to see this fellow that has emerged way across the way from me,
Mm-hmm.
over there, and I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, "Well, it seems this is going to be more challenging than I thought," and move my hex over onto that target
Okay.
and cast Eldritch Blast, 2 beams at that guy.
All right. Does that require an attack roll?
It does. Requires 2, in fact.
Then make it.
So the first beam, not very good, is an 11 to hit.
Mhm.
11 to hit.
Yep. What's the second beam?
Second beam is a 22 to hit.
All right. One of them connects.
Right.
The other one fires wide, hitting the wall.
All right. So the beam that hits it does 8. Nope. It does 9 force damage and 2 necrotic.
9 force damage and 2 necrotic. Okay, for a total of 11. Thank you. All right, the beam connects with it, breaking off some of its flesh.
All right. That's it for me.
Burrell.
Excellent. I will charge the one that Nash targeted
Okay.
in my massive form, my feet splashing in the water since I was enlarged last time.
It's 14 feet of solid Burrell stomping through the water.
And as I go, I will yell, "He lied! There's more than one headache man!" Boom, 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 boom. And bring Moss Storm, my sword, enlarged as well, down on top for a double attack on the one that got hit by the fireball.
Gotcha.
Got an 18 and a 15.
18 and a 15. Those are both hits.
Excellent. We'll roll damage. 10, 13 on the first slashing hit,
Okay.
and 14. Nope, that'd be 12 on the second slashing hit.
Okay. So 18 and 12. Did I get that right?
13 and 12.
13 and 12. So 25.
And then I will use my bonus action to activate Maw Storm, and it's 1d6 slashing.
Okay. So that total amount of damage is reduced to 11.
Cool.
As it resists your hits, it appears to be made out of some sort of resilient undead substance. You're not quite sure it being more scaled to resist your physical attacks than you anticipate. However, you are able to use your special bonus action on the weapon to grapple it. Is that right?
Correct. You have to make a dexterity throw now.
Okay. The DC, is it set by the item?
13.
I believe it is 3. Okay, that's a fail. As you
Cool.
press the trigger on it, opening up the blade, revealing its saw, and you begin sawing into it. Is that right?
Correct. I do 1 bonus point of damage, and we are now grappling.
Okay. You have him grappled in the sword. As the room rings out, you hear the engine go, and it begins slicing into the black, ashen-skinned creature. It takes a point of damage. All right, Hope, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move myself closer to the creature that Diantalis shot at.
Yep.
Is it gonna move up 30? Okay, cool. And then I will aim my gun and take 2 shots at that thing.
Do it.
All right, first one is gonna be a 21.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and roll damage for these separately.
Sure.
So that's gonna be 17 damage for this first one.
Okay.
And then the next one is gonna be 24.
Okay, they're both hits.
Perfect. So, and then 14 for the second hit.
Okay, so those are reduced down to a total of 15 damage for both shots. Its bullet sort of like shooting into Play-Doh. It bursts off a piece of its flesh, but it's not bloody. It's like almost like clay-like, as the parts of this creature just fall down and appears. It just doesn't appear to have the kind of intelligence that is aware of its own body, and it just keeps moving towards you.
Cool. That'll be my turn.
Okay, perfect. All right. So let's see. The room begins to fill up with sounds of multitude of voices ring out. Let's see. We're looking for the dude here. Here we go. All right. So in the shadows, you can hear shuffling to your right, Nash. How much is its movement span? Okay. As out of the shadow to your right, you see a form approach your area very close. You see him on the map there?
I do, right here.
He just sort of appears right out of the shadow, another form. This one looking ancient and old, covered in oil and dirt. Its mouth gaping open, its eyes nothing but black pits looking at you. Your head begins buzzing rapidly. Let's see here. Okay, your head begins buzzing rapidly as you feel a shock in your system. Like you stuck your fingers in an electrical plug. I need you to make a saving throw, please.
All right. It will be 16.
16. Okay, so you do save. All right, perfect. Other than that, it can't reach you because it's not within melee. So, where is the next one? Boda.
He's over by, or is there more than?
I've numbered them, so I'm like, because they have
okay.
different initiatives. I didn't do them in bulk initiative. Let's see here. I lost one. You should never lose your undead thing.
No, you never
Oh, here
know
it
when they're
is.
gonna
Okay.
show up later.
All right, so from behind you, Stanley, another one emerges. As you're concentrating your attack on the one across the river, you notice that from around the corner, one rushes into your area, and you don't see it as it rakes out with his claws behind you. And it misses as you're able to react quickly enough to avoid being cut by it. However, you do have to turn and you do look at it. And as you see it, you feel the headache just your mind is buzzing with pain. And it activates its aura, which both you and Nash suffer 5 necrotic. Oh, no, wait, that's. What? Okay, it activates it. It appears that both of you have a severe pressure in your head and a buzzing like you're being electrocuted. However, it doesn't cause any damage at this time.
Okay.
All right. Now there is another one, the one in front of you, Varel, no, not the one in front of you, actually the one in front of Hope. It makes its way into the water, Hope, and it walks towards you using its eyes, and your eyes, you try to look away, but you can't, as its eyes just command your attention, and you hear, as your body begins to buzz and your head begins to cave in from pressure. I need you to make a saving throw, please.
Okay. It's 5.
Okay. So the gaze diminishes your soul and spirit, and you feel inside your body withering, like just it's clutched in pain. You take
What kind of saving throws are these?
Constitution.
Oh,
Oh, I guess I should be identifying that so you can add your modifiers, right?
It was a 7. It was.
Yeah, it doesn't matter in this case, and everyone else has succeeded based on the roll. But yes, I should be telling you to add your Constitution modifiers to it. So you take 24 points of damage.
Oh,
Good
wow.
Lord. Woo. Jeez.
Necrotic
Holy
damage.
cow.
Necrotic damage specifically just from its gaze. So it hasn't physically attacked you. Its eyes are just diminishing your soul. There's no other way to explain it other than you feel darkness clouding in to
Yeah.
your vision, and your vision becomes narrowed, and your soul suffers. All right. Now for the one in front of you, Varel. This one rakes at you wildly. And it misses, and it misses so bad that it exposes itself for an opportunity attack in front of you right away.
Nice.
huzzah!
That's pretty
Roll
I
a
take
1. Yep.
20 even, so not natural.
Yep. Okay. Roll your damage dice.
10 points of damage.
Okay. Perfect. So as it swipes at you, it sort of spins around and loses its footing somewhat, but still is sort of wildly pursuing you. But you're large enough that you can just look down on it and clearly hit it. Do you pull your sword out of the grapple? I don't know if that will affect it, or just punch it maybe in some different way.
Yeah, I'd say if it missed and exposed itself, I'd probably be taking my fist on top of the sword and hitting the hilt down.
Okay,
Working the chainsaw in.
Excellent. All right, so you work your chainsaw in even further. It is not dead, however. Okay, so Nash, it is now your turn.
Okay.
Now, because you are starting your turn within range of one of these things, you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Now, this time in particular, the eyes are pressuring you into giving up, and you feel a sense of forbidding and despair. Like if you don't make this save, all will be lost, including your life.
So more forbidding and despair than I usually just feel by default. Beyond
Yeah.
that, you're saying. Okay, great.
Yeah, you have a sense that your life will be that you're done.
All right.
The game. So There Will Be Dungeons is over. The podcast is done.
Wow.
Jeez.
Like, you have this terrible feeling as you go to try and resist whatever it's doing to you to make this headache.
It's like
immense.
hanging out with my mother-in-law. All right, I'm gonna say, or I'm gonna let's see, 12. That's with my modifier. It's not great.
12.
9 plus 3.
Okay.
You said Constitution, right?
Phew. Okay. So, jeez. All right. No one's immune to the frightened condition, right? Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I read this.
No one's
This is
immune.
Okay.
Is that guy
Perfect. So you take damage.
Okay,
Okay.
how
I
much?
get it now. Sorry. I'm just trying to. read
You're
this weird
totally
thing.
fine.
You take 14 points of psychic damage
Gosh,
as you
dang it.
despair. As you despair greatly, as its vision, you get lost in its eyes, and its eyes are telling you that everything you've done with your life up to this point has been a mistake.
All right. These guys are dicks.
Yeah. So Nash, you now may proceed with your turn.
All right. Okay. I turn to the one that is now to my right. I was going to help out, but that one got in the line. She's now in line of sight because he moved. So I'm going to turn to the one that's near me
Yeah.
and yell, "You bastard!" And then I'm going to, that might be overkill. Hold on. I know that'd be weird for me to do overkill. I'm not rolling disadvantage or anything, am I, right now? Because of what he's doing to me?
You're not rolling any disadvantage. However, note that they're particularly lethal. They've proven themselves to be lethal without even opening a wound to you and your teammates. As you look around you in slow motion, you see Hope beginning to question her life, and you see Varel doing pretty good over there. Just a giant lizard of rage and fury. Diantalis, you feel like is a jerk for killing George, and you kind of don't like him. And you feel like you're losing, hardcore.
Okay. Damn it.
Did you decide what to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna cast second level sleep.
Okay.
Wait. Second level, I get additional 2d8, so 2d8 times 2. Okay. So we're going to, I'm going to cast sleep on that guy.
Right.
The range is 20 feet. He's well within that.
Now, given that it's an undead, you can kind of clearly see that it's an undead.
Oh, do I know that?
You would know on some level that undead creatures. I could be a dick and just let you cast it, but
I didn't realize they were quite qualified. Well, I
you
should
had
have
some
guessed.
experience with undead and know that they don't.
All right.
It's a magical slumber, but I'm just letting you.
No. This is. I appreciate that. I should have taken the hint earlier when you said I lost one of my undead guys. That should have probably been the hint that these were undead. All right. Well, I'm not doing that
They're
again.
clearly to you not things of the living. Like looking at them, they don't have eyes, they don't have mouths. They're humanoid, but their flesh is rankle and rotten in nature. Their bodies, when hit, don't behave like living bodies. Like they're very clearly a creature beyond death.
All right. Let's do acid splash, and that is a Dex 15 save.
Okay.
To hit natural 20.
Wait, I've got to make the saving throw.
Right.
And it fails.
Good.
It fails.
Well, my roll worked out good. Can I?
You wasted a 20 on that. All
All
right,
right.
roll your damage, sir.
All right. Let's see. 5th level.
Yeah, even in your, or just let me put this in here. Undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by your sleep spell. Just as an FYI, it says it in your spell description.
Okay.
Yeah.
2d6. That would be 8 total. 5 and a 3.
8 total for the one closest to you.
Yep,
Okay,
the one that's just to my
perfect.
right.
All right, you splash some acid on it, and its skin bubbles up. It appears largely unaffected by the acid. Certainly doesn't seem to care that you've damaged it. It just moves forward, its eyes empty and large and black.
All
And
right.
your thoughts reverberate around in it.
I'm going to assume some strength in numbers, and my final thing will be to move right here next to Stanley.
Yeah. Your sense and everyone's sense is, remember, there's one right there, is that being near these things is really bad.
Oh, well, there's one right by him.
Yeah, there's one right there. Right there.
Ooh. Well, Well, you tell me. I moved, so you want to count that as my move, or do you want to?
No, I'll let you decide where you want to move.
Going over
if you
here.
want to move somewhere else. Okay.
A little further away from mine, behind the wall there. I can still see Stanley's, I guess, but
Okay. All right. So let's see here where you're ending your turn there.
yeah.
Okay. So you are. All right. So what I need you to do for me now, you take 10 damage.
Oh. I need
As
you
the
to
buzzing-
take 10
as the-
damage.
As the buzzing from the creatures that you're still close to shroud your brain and shock you and deliver, like, just your hands are like shaking uncontrollably and you're just like, ah. As the shocking continues, it pulsates into fear manifest in your nervous system.
So just so I understand, this is in addition to the 15 from before, which was
Yes.
their move, and I'm just taking more damage on my move at the end of my move, right?
You're taking more damage from being close to them at
All
the end
right.
of your turn.
10 damage.
It's necrotic damage as well. All right.
All right.
Diantalis?
All right. Being this close to the enemy is unacceptable, so I am going to cast Misty Step
Yep.
as my bonus action and teleport 30 feet away from it.
I went on a date with her in high school.
There, Misty Step.
Just a question about Misty Step. Does it provoke opportunity attacks when used next to?
No, that's why I'm using it.
Okay,
I disappear. I turn into mist,
cool.
and then I reappear from mist.
All right. Nash, you see Diantalis disappear and reappear 30 feet away from the creature.
This makes me really wish he had ended his turn right next to me. Like, yeah, strength in numbers.
Poof! That would have sucked.
So I'm going to move to there, and then I'm going to use my movement to move further. And I am going to go an additional 30 feet to move there. To
Okay.
kind of put myself a little further back in the cave away from these things.
Mm-hmm.
Then, for my action, I am going to cast 2 beams of Eldritch Blast once again at the Hexed one, which is Fighting Hope.
Yep. Okay.
So, first beam is going to be an 18 to hit. And the second beam is going to be a 20 to hit. Not natural.
All right. That sounds like 2 hits. Roll your damage dice.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I am not rolling the right dice. Sorry. Okay, that is going to be... The first beam is 14 force damage and 4 necrotic.
Mm-hmm.
The second beam, 12 force damage and 3 necrotic.
No. Okay. Perfect. For a total of 33 points of damage. Describe how you exploded.
After reappearing in a mist, Diantalis just gives kind of a slight smile, flicks his finger, 2 beams fire out, and just, once again, 1 through the heart, 1 through the head.
Okay. And that damage annihilates it. Just explodes into a fine mist in front of you, Hope. You now have black grade flesh like all over your armor and face as it explodes into a mist in front of you. All right, Varel, your turn. Oh, you do end your turn near one of these dudes, I believe. So you have to You take 5 necrotic damage. Diantalis.
Okay, no problem.
5. Man.
And then it'll be your turn, Varel.
Cool. Hope went after me last time, if that's...
Yeah, and actually, you... Sorry. Hope went after you?
Or went ahead of me. I went after Hope.
Oh, you're next on my list.
Okay, cool.
So whatever happened, and I was a mistake of the last time. I need you to make a DC 13 saving throw, please.
All
Constitution as your modifier.
right. A 9.
Okay. 10, 11, 12. Ooh. All right. Let's see what you take. Your mind shrouds in fear, but you resist wholeheartedly. But still, it's damaging you, and you take 9 points of psychic damage
All right.
as the creature's eyes appear to just try to cause you hope and despair and cloud you with doubt. Now it is your turn.
Cool. I will do another double attack, slamming my sword down further on this beast while screaming, "Nash is a coward! He runs!"
Ah!
A 17 and an 11.
All right. Describe your killing blow.
Just on that hilt, just slam like I'm working a hammer. Just bam, bam, till I cut diagonally from the shoulder to the hip.
Nice, slicing it in two. And as it falls apart, you notice its flesh inside. It doesn't have spinal cord and guts. It's just a mass of black ashen flesh, like Play-Doh, as it spills out and hits the ground. You see that it shrivels up into a pile of ash as you deal the killing blow to it. All right, the one nearest to you. Do you have any further things you'd like to do with your turn? Pardon me, bro.
I would like to pick up the corpse by the legs.
Uh-huh.
And I would be preparing to swing around and throw the legs that are left over at the one heading towards Nash. But that'd be the end of it.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
It's just a little. Where you going?
All right. As you, so next to you, Nash, as you sort of retreat down the corridor, you see coming around the corner, as this moves around the corridor towards you, and it rushes up towards your direction and attacks you viciously, Nash, with its claws. 8 plus 5, so 23 to hit. That sounds like a hit to me.
It's a hit.
Okay, all right, where's my 84? There we go.
Shit.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And that's not all. Oops. 6 bludgeoning damage and 9 necrotic damage. As you raise your arm up to deflect against it, it cuts. Brings his claws down and cuts you on your arm, and the clothes tear off, and there's these blackened spots where the razor marks cut you, and your left hand goes limp and freezes. You can still use it, but it's frozen. It's redoubled in pain.
Okay.
Okay, so it moves closer to you. It attacks you, and then the one near you as well turns its attention towards you as John has blinked out of existence, or Diantalis has blinked out of existence, moving away. Looks towards you, and it also begins chasing you and makes a similar attack, trying to cleave your guts in twain with a 1. And as it goes to cut you, it actually trips on its own feet and falls down prone in front of you. And then it's on the ground, like reaching up, trying to get at you, and ends its turn there. All right, Nash, it is your turn.
Is it?
I will need you as these two sets of 2 eyes, 4 black pits in total, attempt you. I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
All right. Well, as I stand here with 2 points of life left, I'd just like to ask.
Oh,
I thought it was. It's not Hope's turn. I thought it was Hope's turn.
Did Hope not have it?
I don't think so.
Oh, no, I don't
not
think she
this
did.
round.
You went Kyle,
then-
then you went
all right.
these creatures, and then I think it's Hope. And then
Hope,
I...
you got a turn.
All right, I don't know if
My
I can
bad.
save you, Nash. I don't know if this turn is what you were hoping for.
I will
right.
give you advantage on one roll of your choice for your turn.
For Hope?
Yeah.
Wow.
This turn only.
Oh, cool.
That's generous.
All right, Hope's gonna move herself over so she's at max that 30-foot range for her shotgun for the thing to shoot these guys. She's going to spend her action surge so that she can load up her gun and then take her fight action later. But while she's doing this action surge, she's also going to pop her bonus action, Second Wind. So she's going to get that smoke-looking thing coming off of her as her wounds kind of heal up a bit. And she's going to be muttering to herself in Infernal. She's watching Nash very intently, loading up her arm. And then she takes her action and shoots at the one just north of Nash that came up to him second.
Okay.
And then she attacks. The first one is a 23.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to do 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, and the second one is a 26.
All right.
And that's
So roll
going to
damage for
do
both.
19 points of damage.
This is all bludgeoning, right?
It
Or
is piercing. Yeah.
Piercing. So 13 and 19.
Yes.
So 6 and 9. So again, the putty of your bullets enters into it. Doesn't appear to really cause a lot of damage. The damage is reduced in half. You do 15 total as you fire both shots into its body.
That's my turn.
Okay. Back to you, Nash.
Okay.
You have to roll that saving throw with disadvantage.
All right. Putting off the inevitable
No.
here. If you say Constitution,
It's a you can add your Constitution modifier
right?
to the saving throw. It'll be on your character sheet, I believe. The
No,
modifier.
I know. I got that. I was just making sure it was the right saving throw. So an 18 plus 3. So what is that? 21. 21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You rolled with disadvantage. That's of both rolls. You got a 21.
Oh no, sorry. Hold on.
Roll a second dice. Keep that first one because it's a good roll.
Okay, that would be a 16 with modifier. 13 plus 3.
Okay.
Oh my God.
As you're psychologically attacked by the four eyes staring at you, you can see a copy of yourself bouncing around in their eyes, like almost being flushed down a toilet if their eyes were a toilet bowl. As you despair, you now get to act. You resist the temptation to give in and die.
Okay. I have so little right up front stuff to do. All right. I'm going to go full dragon. Cuz I need the hit points. I need the hit points. There's nothing else I can do. I mean,
Hey,
there's
we
things
all
I can do.
support your decision, Scott.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going full dragon. Brrr.
Okay. You transform into a dragon.
Mhm.
You are barely able to fit in the area that you're in. Grow twice, 2 times the size into a dragon whelpling
Okay.
before everyone.
Okay. Is part of my turn, can I attack in that turn or no?
Sorry, would we say it costs an
can't-
action? It's on your character sheet under
I can't
your.
remember.
So if you look at your equipment, you can use your action to magically assume your dragon form. So it is an action. Yeah,
There's so much text. Hold on. Elvis of a black dragon. Okay, hold on.
it's under powers. Once per long rest, you can use your action to magically assume your dragon form.
Yeah, which is what I got.
So you still have your turn. You still have a move and a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
It just takes an action to transform. You are now a black dragon wormling.
All right, I'd like to do a what is it? I can't find it. Acid breath. Crap, where's my link to this? It's been a while. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Oh, the monster stat sheet that you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get that for you. Just one sec. It used to link it in your item.
I know. I
Broke
don't
it.
know why it's not there. I must have deleted it, and I didn't mean to.
There you go. It's in Discord now.
Discord or Slack?
Discord. I can
Discord.
put them both.
No. Slack's fine. Just make sure I look in the right place. Okay, we're good. All right. Here we go. That's what I want. We're going to do acid breath. Exhale acid in a 15-foot line that is 5 feet wide. Each creature in that line must take a DC 11 dexterity saving throw, taking 22, 5d8 acid damage on a failed save, or half as much if it's successful.
Okay.
So you do your saves. Oh, I guess let's see how many. I can only really hit one of them.
You can only really hit one from your direction. That's
Yeah.
one's flanking you.
You know what I'm going to do then?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have? Can I move? Like you said,
You can
I'm really
move.
tight in here. You think I could move? Okay.
Yeah, you can't move backwards into the hole. You're too big to enter into the cave behind you.
All right. So here's what Nash is gonna do. He's gonna go boom, 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 right over there.
You can fly. You have a fly speed of 60 feet.
I'm good. I just want to be right in line with these chuckleheads.
Okay, so you fly over top of them, land back down behind them, provoking 2 opportunity attacks.
Oh, really?
Isn't one of them prone?
One of them is
Or
prone.
did he stand up?
One of them is prone. So the one standing up, what's your AC in dragon form? 17. Okay, so that's a hit. It does 40. Oops, I need this guy here. So it slashes at you, your scales. It does 8 bludgeoning damage and 15 necrotic damage. As you fly up into the sky, it slices your leg.
I can't.
So you would have
remember.
33 hit points in Black Dragon Wyrmling form. So 15 plus, how much did I say? 8?
He said 8.
Yeah, it would be 23 points of damage.
Shit.
The one prone also tries to slash at you during your flight. It does so with disadvantage in this case. And it doesn't manage to swipe at you.
Okay. So 23 points of damage
Yeah,
out of my 33.
leaving you with
10. That's 10.
10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh. Guys. All right. From that angle, acid breath, and if I'm charting this properly, unless you tell me different, if
Yeah,
I
you can
aim
acid
like
breath
that, I
them
should
both.
hit both, right?
You'll hit both.
Okay. So let's do that. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. You have to make dexterity or a DC 11 dexterity saving throws on both guys. And I don't have to do hit though, do I? I guess I do.
No.
I don't.
No, you don't. No. Most of your spells are going to be you don't roll as you get more powerful. Like DC saves are to save against it.
Okay.
Okay, so basically it's half damage. So roll the damage you do for the creatures, 5d8,
5d8.
and one of them saves.
That will be a total of. Oh no, that can't be right. Hold on. Yeah, wrong die. Okay. Ooh, a 20 total.
20 total.
6,
All
2,
right,
7,
so
4, 1.
the first,
Yep.
you see the first one in front of you, the line of acid damage as you spit it out. Green flame flies forth from your mouth, dealing. Sorry, what did you say the number was?
20.
20. Melting it in its place. The other one appears to be less affected by it. This is the one on the ground that's becoming melted, covered in your acid breath, dealing 20 points of damage to it.
Nice. Okay. That's it.
All right, so the rest of you see the dragon fly over top of them, turn around in one swift motion, and breathe fire upon the 2 creatures. All right, Diantalis.
All right, I am going to approach closer to the creatures so I can get a better shot at them. Move to there. And as a bonus action, I will go ahead and move my hex. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move it to this guy in the back that I feel like has maybe taken the least amount of damage so far.
Okay.
He's the one Hope didn't shoot or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put the hex on him, and I'm going to fire 2 bolts of Eldritch Blast, but 1 at each.
Okay.
So the first one will go to this guy here.
Yep. The one lying prone.
That is not gonna do it.
He's lying prone, so you have advantage once you roll a second dice.
I thought range had disadvantage on prone.
Oh, maybe. I'm giving you advantage, so go ahead.
Okay, I'll roll it again. Hey, I will not argue against myself. Jeez, it's not much better. That's a 13 to hit.
It's a miss.
It was destined to be. I rolled a 2 and a 4. Okay, so that beam misses. The beam to the guy who's hexed, much better. Is a 26 to hit,
All right.
and that will be 9 force damage and 1 necrotic.
9 force damage and 1 necrotic. Okay, perfect. 9 force damage, 1 necrotic. It's 10, so you do 10 points of damage to it. Shooting off your lightning fires across the room, breaks off a piece of his shoulder, and it sort of explodes alongside. Now, Nash, because you ended your turn so close to them, one of the things I actually forgot to do at the end of your turn was you do take 10 points of damage from being within proximity of 2 of them.
10?
As your yes.
Shit.
Sorry. If it wasn't big and impactful, I would have let it slide, but I've got to remember to do that.
No. It's all good. So that puts me at 0. I forget what that does when I'm a dragon.
So you drop out of dragon form, you suffer 1d4 levels of exhaustion,
Alright.
and you're back to your normal state, however many hit points you had in that state.
I had 2 in that normal state.
All right.
And I will add the exhaustion if I can remember where it does it.
You got to roll 1d4, so
Yeah, hold on.
figure out how many you add.
1.
Perfect. That's the best roll.
Awesome.
All right, Varel, it's your turn. Unless there's anything else you wanted to do, Diantalis, with your turn.
No, that's about all I got.
All right, Varel.
Cool. I am going to
Shoot.
run. So I picked up the legs,
Mm-hmm.
and I am holding the legs and my sword, and I run to here, which is 30 feet outside.
Yeah.
And as an improvised weapon, I throw the sword at the standing one.
You mean the feet, or your
No, the sword first,
Moss?
because I have 2 attacks. The feet are next.
Okay.
We're gonna get to the feet.
So it is a natty 20 on the sword throw, just chucking it sideways. Woo.
Okay. Natty 20. So roll your damage dice on the one lying on the ground or the one standing up.
The one standing up.
Perfect.
Okay. As a throwing weapon, it's a D4 instead of its normal damage.
Mm-hmm.
Double damage on the dice, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be 9 points of damage.
Okay. So Mostrom
And-
flies into it, just cutting it, slicing a part of it off as the sword lands in the ground behind it.
And then I'm just checking if I can do a reckless attack on a
That's
improvised
half damage, actually.
throwing weapon. Features and traits. Reckless attack. First attack. Oh! When you make the first attack on your turn, you can decide. What? Okay, so it has to be my first one. So never mind. Can't make it reckless. So I throw the set of legs, at the same target.
Okay.
With a 15.
All right, it's a hit.
All right. Improvised damage of 7.
All right, reduced down by half is 4. Okay, you throw the legs at it and it hits it. It appears to be undeterred by the legs being thrown at it.
They're resistant to legs.
And then I
All right.
say, "Keep running, you coward!"
All right, Hope, it's your turn.
Nash? He's down, man! Alright, I'm gonna shift over. I'm gonna move over so that just in case one decides to run after Varel, who's clearly pissed them off, I'm outside of their range of pain. And I'm gonna take aim at the one that's lying on the ground.
All right, so wait a second. Are you in fact outside of the range of pain? You are not. You're
Oh.
within 30 feet of it.
Oh. Well, never mind. I'll move there. Hope is assuming it's 20 feet.
You can tell, and the reason I can explain this is now you have a sense, having some time gone by and being damaged by it, you can tell when you're close enough. As you get closer to them, the buzzing in your head explodes, and as you get farther away, so you're now standing within a range of them where your head hurts quite a bit.
Gotcha.
And you can tell you don't feel safe where you are.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll be dead by the time I'm done with it. All right. I make my first shot. It's a 16.
Okay, it's a hit.
All right. That's going to be 16 damage. So I guess
Okay.
8 damage.
Which one are you hit? You're hitting the one closest to you?
The one that's on the ground. The one that's taking
that's
the
what,
most damage.
John is right. That is a roll with disadvantage, so you'll have to roll another attack roll if that's the one you're shooting at.
Oh.
There, you saw the update bar downloading while you were making your attack, and
Oh, yeah.
sadly the zone changed.
That one's going to miss, it looks like. With a 9.
Yeah. All right. And so, okay, you have a second attack.
Yep, I'll roll 2 for that one. The lowest one comes out to be a 15.
Okay, that is a hit.
Awesome. And that's going to do 16 damage, so 8.
Oh, so 8 damage. Okay, perfect. You fire it again, and a piece of his hand comes off as you shoot it. Again, it doesn't appear to be affected. It has had more and more pieces come off it. It looks somewhat like a broken version of whatever it is, but its energy and veracity is undeterred. Are you within 30 feet at this juncture? You are.
Yes.
Okay.
So am I,
take-
though.
Oh, that's true. I didn't notice that. Varel, you take 10 points of damage. Thank you for letting me know. From the end of your turn, Hope, you take 5.
Okay.
All right, and that would make it. Okay, so these creatures they look towards Varel. So this one stands up. The one that it's down, it finally sort of gets up, using half of its movement speed, and it looks towards its assailant. It can only move half of its movement speed, as it spent some time standing up. But it does turn its gaze to you, Varel, and it will force you to make a saving throw.
All right.
As its black pits of eyes, make you feel like perhaps it was a bad idea to make Nash your friend.
12.
Yep, and you fail. So that means you take damage.
Oh, God.
Team wipe.
Oh, God. Not yet. We still got 2 people up.
Team wipe. Tyrion Fordling will come and save us.
You take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Cool. I am down.
Oh,
Cool.
the mighty morale.
You fall down in despair as you shrink. By the way, you should have shrunk a while ago. Actually, Nash took some damage, I think, at some point.
Plus, you're in the cold water. That's where shrinkage happens.
But you've shrunk completely, and that's what it is. It is what it is. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now that you're down, this creature, still sort of looking ferociously at where Varel was, spotting Stanley off to the side, makes his approach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As it moves up towards your general area, it looks at you, Diane Talus, and makes you feel like perhaps you are a coward for running away so much and using your Misty Step. Roll a saving throw.
All right. Constitution, right?
That's right.
All right. That is going to be a 17.
Okay, and you take half the damage, that means, of 16, 19, 20, half of 21 necrotic damage. That'd be
So
11.
10 or 11?
11. Yeah, rounding up. 11.
So that counts as damage, right? Can I do my reaction attack then? Can I cast, what is it? Hellish Rebuke?
Did you ready an action for that?
I don't have to. It's a reaction. If
It costs a reaction time, then you can
Yeah.
use it. Then you have a reaction available this round.
Great. I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke for that.
Yes.
And it needs to make a Dex 16 save.
Okay. What modifier am I adding to it, please?
Dexterity.
13. Or sorry, 10 is my roll.
All right.
fail.
So it's going to take 4d10 damage. Let me see what that is. That is 21 fire damage out to it.
Hellish Rebuke. Wow, pretty rough. It is I'm just confirming because I'm like, it's used as a reaction. That's its action economy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically I can only cast it if something attacks
One
me.
reaction.
Damage
okay,
is
cool.
here, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Okay, how much damage was it again? Sorry.
21 fire damage.
And this guy is number. Yeah, describe how you kill it with your Hellish Rebuke.
So as I reel back from the attack, my eyes flare with fire coming out of it, and I reach out and just point, and flames just engulf around the creature, and it falls to ash.
Indeed, it does. It falls into a pile of ash, leaving a smoldering pile of Play-Doh-y, fleshy, black, melty corpse. All right. Anything else you'd like to do with your? Or no, wait. It was this thing's turn, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was just my reaction. It's not my turn yet.
Okay, Nash, it is your turn.
Okay.
You have 2 hit points and a prayer.
Yeah. And I'm within.
However, you have more hit points than Varel, so you know.
That's true. This guy here,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna get it.
Okay.
So I am going to. Is he? Well, I don't think you can answer that. Hold on. He's getting third level fireballed because I just want to be done with him.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me double check my radius. I don't want to kill anybody.
Yeah, it's 20-foot radius, right?
Right,
Sphere?
20 feet. So...
I believe you're you're standing within the 20 feet.
Oh wait, hold on. No, I'm not. Wait.
Not sir.
Oh, I am. I totally am.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means Hope probably is. Yeah.
So is Varel and Hope.
Yeah, Stanley's
Yeah.
not.
And it'll be
He's
really
good.
bad for Varel because if he takes damage, he fails death saves automatically.
I wasn't
Just-
counting my own square. Gosh dang it. Okay, I could move, but that still puts those two in danger. I just want them to be dead. So bad. Okay. Let's try something new. I'm going to cast Fear on him. You project a phantasmal image of creature's worst fears, the creature's worst fears. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever it is they're holding and become frightened for the duration. He's not holding anything, though, is he?
No.
Doesn't matter. He'll still be frightened for the duration. While frightened by the spell, the creature must take a dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw again. On a successful save, the spell ends for that creature. Now, my question is to you, Bo, the DM, our gracious.
It doesn't do anything to kill it. It sounds like.
No,
And it's
but it could
3v1 right now.
but
in
it
your team
could
fight.
it could buy us some time, and I guess my question is, I only want to cast it if this stops him from doing his aura damage, his necrotic automatic damage within distance thing. And if you say no, then I'm not using that spell. Or maybe I don't know as a character, and you can tell me that
You don't
too,
know
and
as a
that's
character,
fine.
but your sense is that it doesn't use any of its actions to inflict the damage it does. It uses its eyes or its aura, so it'll still have those things.
So even if it's
regardless of
scared,
whether-
it's still going to have those things.
Yes.
Well,
In fact, causing fear in something would likely make it maybe even more violent.
yeah. And that thing's not going to give a shit about sickness. All right, let's just go something easy. I'm going to do Acid Splash again. That worked pretty well.
Okay.
against the other guys. So acid splash on that guy. It's a range of 60, dex 15 saving throw. My hit or 2 hit, it will be 18.
Acid Splash is not a hit spell, it's a save.
I thought it was a hit spell. Oh, sorry.
Saving throw means the creature rolls a save, which it does not. It fails. So now you can roll your damage dice.
Okay. Hold on a second. 2d6. 8 total. 4 and 4.
All right, describe how you kill it with your Acid Splash.
Out from my hand comes a disgusting, boogery looking, nasty blob of goo out of my hand, and I yell, "Enough!" And I fling it over there, and it does its thing.
All right, and the big glob hits it in its head and melts its head right off. Its body turns to ash and breaks down, falls to the ground, and there's a large sense of relief as everyone no longer feels that their head is being caved in by some mysterious energy.
As soon as
Roll your first saving throw.
oh,
15.
We're all struggling on the ground. You get you saved your first one. Varel's struggling on the ground and needs immediate medical assistance.
I bend down, touch him, and cast Spare the Dying on him.
That means he automatically succeeds and goes to 1 HP. Is that right?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, the creature becomes stable. He does not gain any hit points.
Yeah,
He
you're
just
still
no longer
unconscious,
has the
but
save.
you have now succeeded in all 3 saves.
And I will grab him and pull him up onto the rock island near here, just to be out of the water.
Okay.
Is everyone dead? Creature-wise?
Yes, everyone's headache appears to have lifted. There's no more pressure in your mind. You do still feel the wounds of battle. Varel looks to be unconscious right now in Diantalis' arms.
Oh.
I hope we'll walk over. I'm checking out Varel, see how he's doing.
I'll do that too.
I believe a rest is more than in order after that.
Hope will let out a sigh and sit down and start taking her rest.
I go, "You think?" And then I sit down and do the same.
Okay, with a short rest, Varel, you could probably roll some dice. You can roll some hit dice to regain some HP and come to.
Cool.
Given that you're stable. The party quietly rolls their hit dice.
Boy, I needed so many.
It's like the actual quiet of what would happen if those things ever actually fought us and we managed to live.
Oh my gosh, I went through so many hit dice, but I got to full. But it
Nice.
took darn near all of them.
Nash, you can use your hit dice too to recover
Yeah.
your hit points.
I'm doing it. I'm going to use 3 and get 10, so I'm at 12. I just want enough to get out of here. Is that a bad idea? Should I just roll till they're gone?
I mean, your decision.
But what's the strategy? Like, is that a thing we can even talk about here, or is that am I
You
cheating?
can talk about it with your teammates. You can't talk about it with me. And rules question. We can look up a rule.
I
But
use
if you're looking
all
for
mine.
if you're looking
use
for
all yours?
guidance, it's a co-op game with your 4 teammates and not with me. so.
We're in a dangerous situation. We don't know when we're going to get another long rest. It's technically fairly early in the morning. You might want to get as much in as you can.
All right, I'm going to roll them all then.
Also, you have a healer, and he's not here right now. So there's no guarantee when you're going to be able to get magic healing.
Yeah.
It's a non-healer day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do the rest then.
That's my excuse for raiding, by the way.
It's a non-healer day. We need a healer, everybody.
Sorry, I'm possessed. I got to shadow this run.
Yeah. Look, I want to be disciplined, but I woke up shadow, and what are you gonna do?
Right.
Okay. Whoops. All right, that takes me to 30. It's as high as I can go.
And so there is now no longer any feeling of the pressure, the headaches, or dread that had been filling the room at all.
No,
before.
you feel a large sense of relief as your mind calms, and there's no pain or pressure whatsoever in the atmosphere of the room.
Before we take off, I noticed something back up in the little alcove.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of discolored if we all want to go take a look at it.
Sure, let's take advantage of the moment and explore as need.
Oh,
You alright, Varel?
cowards! Everyone. Cowards.
It was all in your head.
Why are we still here? This is not a safe place to rest.
We finished them off. You went down.
They came from the walls. Who decided this? Why did we rest here?
Varel,
I should have been dragged somewhere safer.
alright, well, I'll just start walking off. If anyone else wants to see what's going on.
What is the point of language for you creatures? He said man, not menses, as some simpleton might. He said man. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to go over to the torso that's left from the legs that I threw and pick up the original headache man.
Okay.
Grab it by whatever kind of scruff it has with its split down in one arm.
Yeah,
Torso
and it's
pod.
like eyes with holes in it. Just sort of goes limp. Its neck hangs limp on its torso.
I pick it up. I nature check to see if it's a
Headache man.
usable item.
There's nothing really usable about this. It's like a pile of mud fashioned into a man. There's nothing solid or jagged or sharp.
It doesn't count as a beast, construct, dragon, monstrosity, or plant.
It does not.
Useless. A useless corpse. But one to prove to the simpleton king that we have defeated a man here.
The simpleton king.
It was a rather big surprise to find more than one, but I'm not surprised that he didn't understand such a concept. He does eat his own hands and feet, after all.
He makes me ashamed to call myself king.
Varel, we can kill him if you want, Varel.
I'm a king of nothing like him.
Would you feel better if
Aw.
we resigned him from his throne?
I believe he would regenerate in some way while we attacked him.
Okay.
Feed him the corpse of the headache man. Forcibly.
And what exactly do you think that's going to accomplish, Nash?
It'll make me laugh, Diantalis, because that guy's an a-hole, and this was a huge pain, and it'd be funny if we said, hey, eat this, it'll make you stronger, and it won't.
Nish has a point. That would be kind of humorous.
We need humor right now.
But I did find this thing up here. If you all want to take a look.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'll drag the body with me
that
to
way.
go pick up my sword and throw it in the pile with the tiefling skull and the javelin. But I'll grab my sword and head to
All
Hope.
right. Perfect. You guys make your way to the through the water to the thing that Hope was pointing out. You see there's sort of a light blue cloth half buried in sand towards the end of the cave.
Anyone have a stick or something we can poke it with?
Used to have a
Diantalis is just gonna walk over and grab it.
And you go to grab the canvas and it's stuck in the earth. Doesn't really come out very easily.
Anybody want to dig for it?
Yes, if only we had some Sort of, and I'm hollering back down the cave. Sorcerer who could move sand in some magical means.
Sure, let's just pick up the entire chunk of land that it's in and move it while it's still stuck in it.
We could move it to the water. That might loosen
I
it.
misunderstood your powers.
I'll cast Thunderwave on it. No, I could. I could lift it up and throw it into the water and let it dissolve. It's actually it's a good idea. Hope.
Thanks.
Varel's idea.
Was it Varel's idea? And Varel wants a fight for some reason. All right, I'll do that. I'm gonna mold earth and pick it up and drop it into the water.
Okay, you move it into the water, and the water becomes brown and black as it shakes it off, and the robe, which is you now clearly see it's a robe, is completely soaked. It's a blue robe. Has these interesting patches on it. It's like, you know how like in a Boy Scout you might sew patches into it. It has these patches on it. They require further examination.
If you would like, I can check it out and see if there's anything of a magical nature to it. It
Yeah,
will
let's
take a
do that.
small bit of time. I will get up on land so I'm not in the stupid water anymore. Sit cross-legged and cast Identify as a ritual on the cloak.
As a ritual. Okay, so it's going to require 10 minutes. Does
Yep.
everyone
Of
wait
which I
patiently?
spend 3 slowly walking towards Nash. But more in like a side shuffle kind of way as I eventually get next to him and go, I'm sorry. The thing was resistant to my blows, and it upset me greatly when it entered my head. I do not like these monsters that play their head games.
I was only trying to get away. I wasn't sure what was going on either, but distance seemed to make a difference. There's no hard feelings, though.
You are all my pack, and I treasure you. However, if we are to hunt together, I suggest we pick one target in the future, rather than all tackling different elk.
Focus fire.
Could be helpful in such situations.
Then I agree. And all is forgiven.
Thank you, Nash.
I was just over there rolling dice, making everybody nervous.
All right, so we're going to find out after the break. You'll find out the results of your identification. So that's
Okay,
my
nice.
lord.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
what we're going to do.
Don't go anywhere, chat room. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned.